Hey, peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. How y'all doing today? I'm gonna try to get this situated here. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hopefully, things are going smoothly for you all. Today is a very hectic day in the McAfee household. We have a lot going on today. Um, as far as the children's extracurricular activities. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with with the day as far as like preparing myself for what's to come, because we have, piano lessons, and then we have gymnastics, and then we have taekwondo, all today, right? And so that's just a little bit of what's going on over here in my neighborhood. But I just want to say shalom to everybody in the building. Shalom to everybody that is here and everyone that will view later. I wanted to say that funny thing is I see so much happening, right now, as we all do. And I said literally just this morning, I was like, man, there's nothing for me to say. You know what I mean? There's just nothing for me to say because we're at the point where we're sitting back and we're just watching everything, all unfold. You know what I mean? It's just like now it's a waiting game. And as soon as I said that, I kid you not, I say maybe 20 minutes later, I'm in my notepad jotting stuff down. Like, oh, wait, I do have something to say. So I'm not done until the Most High says I'm done. You know what I mean? So I just thank the Most High for giving me the mind, the ability and the voice to speak. And say whatever it is that he would have me say. I talk about how I feel like the Most High, like when I see things, I like to paint a picture, right? And I talk about that. I like to, kind of like in a calculatory fashion, you know what I mean? Like, okay, this plus this plus this plus this equals this, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of how the Most High gives things to me. He'll just drop things, it feels like at the top of my head, and then things start to form, in my mind. And so, but I wanted to talk about the nation's involvement in our exodus. And the reason why I wanted to speak about that this morning is because as we see this country, the unraveling of this country at this moment, right? And how things are strategically, like the dominoes are falling strategically, you know what I mean? Like, okay, as far as I'll tell you this, in the last 3 days, I kid you not, in the last 3 days, there has been a derailment every day, and it involves toxic chemicals being spilled, at least, that are toxic for us, right? Spilled into the water, spilled into this water, spilled into the atmosphere, evacuations, because I mean, just today, there was one this morning, and I keep going, man, like this is really happening right now, right? And so I've always said that I believe that there is going to be something catastrophic that happens that is the catalyst to our birth as a nation, born in a day, right? And then from that we are we make our way out of here, right? The Most High is going to make a way. He's going to open a door for every single one of us to leave. We always stress, we talk about this, y'all. We know this, we always stress this, both the ones that follow the Most High and the rebels. Not one person, whether you're ready to leave or not one person is going to be left here when the Most High opens that door. We will all leave. And so something pretty big, I believe, on a supernatural level, as far as our birth is going to be supernatural. I believe we're going to be a different type of people, and that's from what we can see in the scriptures. You know what I mean? How we were before, the type of people we were before. When Judah and them boys come through, people were terrified because the Most High went before them, and they were a different type of people. They scaled walls and stuff. They were they took down giants. Like, these were not normal people. And so I say all of that to say that I believe that our birth is going to be a supernatural situation, but also I believe that there's going to be something physical that happens that causes us all to leave out of here. You know what I mean? And so I always, like I said, I always have stuck to that fact that I believe that's what's going to happen. Something is going to be the catalyst. And as we see these derailments continue to happen, as we see the water is, and being poisoned in the air, it's like there's only so long that we can stay here as a physical people, as physical, like, okay, all right, you breathe in, toxic chemicals, right? And you drink toxic chemicals, you're not going to make it. You know what I mean? So the fact the window is closing in is like, okay, the Most High is going to, open the door to let us out. I'm not saying that this scripture is the same as what I'm explaining, but it reminds me of it in a sense. And scripture is this: when the Most High talks about how, in the heat of temptation, He gives you a way out so that it doesn't overtake you, right? It's like the same situation right now, where that window's closing in and we're in the middle of something, like, okay, what are we going to do? Because we can't physically breathe in, toxic chemicals and drink, toxic water. Like, they're telling people to evacuate. And I forget what in Minnesota, I think Minnesota today, that happened this morning, right? Okay, so evacuate. But to where? Because there's only so many places you can go once they start spreading this stuff all over. Because essentially it is happening all over the United States, right? In California, in Nevada, in Minnesota, and Ohio, and this place and that place. Where you going to evacuate to? Like, you're going to go from? We live in a small country right now, right? In the U.S. at least, right? And so you're gonna go to run to one state, and then that state is poison. You're gonna run to the other, and the Most High is gonna make a way to take us out of here, right? Because you literally physically can't stay here. And that's not about feelings. That's not about, it's not about that. Look, the Most High said you ain't gonna be here, and that's it. And case closed. But anyways, I'm going I just went on a tangent, y'all. But so as we see these things happening, like, okay, wait a minute, all right, we must have a very short amount of time. I'm thinking of, we're all thinking of how this is going to play out, and I always invite you guys to speculate with me, right? Because, like I always say, we're a family. We come together, we talk, and I share what I think my thoughts are, and I'm always open to hearing what your thoughts are, right? Because every voice, every opinion, matters in the sense of, as we're trying to see things for how they're unfolding, you know what I mean? And so that's what Hebrew projections is about, right? We look at the clues and the circumstances of what's going on in the scriptures, and we talk about the projection. We project what we believe is happening, and so on and so forth. And so, they're going into this. So that's very strategic, right? And so we're not in a position where they have their mind set on a goal, right? And of course they don't want us to leave, but the Most High is going to make a way for us to leave. But their goal is to poison everybody. Let me tell you something. We learned this from the injections. We'll just say that, right? I don't even know, we could probably say it now, but we learned this from the injections, and this is it. Check this. They will kill the whole nation. As far as this place is a accumulation of different people from different places, but they will eliminate this whole place before they want to let you get out. You understand what I'm saying? And peace and blessings to you, Yoli. Yes, they will kill this whole place. The goal was to inject every single man, woman, and child with that solution, right? And I hate to call it a solution, but it's their solution, because look, we woke up. They know the prophecies, and they said we need a solution. We can't let them out, right? We can't let them go, and they're not going to let us go without a fight, right? And so their mind state was what? Just kill everybody, inject everybody, kill them all, right? Well, we didn't bite, right? So what's the next step? Well, they won't take it. Poison everything. Poison it all. You know what I mean? Poison it all. And so their goal is to try to figure out how to eliminate us before we leave. And the fact that in Revelation 12, even when the Most High is delivering us, he's still chasing us. You know what I mean? Out the door. Out the door. Okay, we're fleeing and they're chasing it. The devil is pursuing us, right? They do not give up. These demons, this devil does not give up until we're in a place where we're safe and he can't reach us anymore. That's Revelation 12. And then he's what? He's wroth, he's mad, and he goes to make war with the rest of the seed or the remnant, you know what I mean? And not us. But there's going to be Gentiles, there's going to be believers that are going to be left out here, right? Because they don't want to come. Maybe they become believers after, you know what I mean? They become followers of Yahushua after we leave. And by that time, when that gate closes and we're there and we're locked in, and that they're locked in into their captivity headed by the Antichrist, they can't leave. They won't be able to leave, right? And so they're going to be stuck out here dealing with that persecution, right? And so I hope you guys are following me. And I'm sorry about that, William. I'm sorry about that. And this is you know, this is what their plan was for Yasharal. But you can't say, okay, only Negroes take this solution. Only Negro. No, they got to make it look like it's for everybody. Matter of fact, for the whole world. I mean, they want to depopulate the whole world anyway, but their goal was to eliminate us before we could make it out of here. That didn't work because we're not biting. So they're going to poison everything. And so point is that we got a very small window, and this is going to escalate. You think, you know, derailment after derailment of toxins getting in the air and water, toxins. Do you think that this is where it's going to level out? No, we're climbing. We've been climbing for a minute. We started with 2020, right? And I want you to see this in a visual fashion. You know what I mean? Like 2020, right? Boom, climbing. Then they tried the monkeypox right after that, and we were like, yo, no. You know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, well, 2025, something's coming out called Sears, right? We still climb. Then they like, oh, wait a minute, we're shooting UFOs and spy balloons out the sky. We're still climbing, right? Oh, now all of a sudden trains are derailing and poisoning the atmosphere and the water. Oh, it's just happening to spill in the water. It's just happening. These foods, processing plants are just, they're all just catching on fire. 2 planes flew into 2 separate food processing plants. I got a question. Okay. I've never flown a plane. I don't have a pilot's license. I don't. But I think I'd be able to tell if I was, going to fly into a building. You understand? And specifically a food processing plant. You know what I mean? They know what they are strategic with this, and they have help. You have these people coming over the border. I want to look. Now, this may sound like a silly question. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could totally be wrong, right? But I was talking to DJ, right, my husband, and I said, I got a question. You got a 900% increase of Chinese folk coming over the border now, and not families, right? And we know this. You got men, in their 20s, 40s, single men, where you don't have a family, you don't have a wife, you don't have anything. You just coming over the border. I got a question though. This is my question. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because my geography is garbage, y'all. I'll tell you that. I will admit that. But I know this to be a fact. How are Chinese people coming over the border? If you're from China, how did you get to the border? Who dropped you at the border? And then you walked over the border. I just need to know. Like, who did that? You can't walk here from China. You can't. So how did you get do y'all feel me? Somebody, please. If I'm wrong, please. Correct. I'm looking in the chat right now. Please. How? How are you walking over the border and you're from China? You can't walk here from China. So in my mind, somebody dropped y'all at the border and y'all walked over the border. Who dropped you off? I need to know. Who dropped you off? Because somebody dropped you off. You know what I'm saying? So that's, and these are the things that I'm telling you, y'all. Sometimes I'm not even thinking, and I don't mean this oh, I'm a special case. I'm telling you, sometimes I'm not even thinking about stuff, and a question will pop in my head. Wait a minute, you know what I mean? The Most High does that to me. I don't know, and I just hit myself in the forehead. Um, but but that kind of hurt a little bit. My fingertips sharp. But the point is that sometimes I'll just be thinking about something. So I just need to. My question was, wait a minute, who dropped y'all off at the border so you could walk over the border? You got a 900% increase. That means they're flying you over there, plane loads, sitting you and you walking right over. No family, no nothing, right? And simultaneously we have this stuff, taking place. And so I just wanted to lay that foundation for what I'm getting ready to talk about, right? Time is short, key points, right? Time is clearly short. You physically can't survive in a place where the water and the air is contaminated. And we know, chemtrails, so on and so forth. They've been poisoning us, slow poison, right? But this is like, a fast pace. If you wanted to get the job done really fast, then you would do what's occurring right now, right? You just dump stuff in the water, blow it up. It's in the air. It travels, you know what I mean, through the air, so this is fast paced. So like I said, key points, we have a small amount of time. We know no one can physically survive that, right? The Most High isn't asking us to stay here and physically survive that. We know that according to the scriptures, that the Most High is going to open the door, right? And he's going to bring all of us out, including the ones that are kicking and screaming and crying and saying, I don't want to go. You're going to go. And you might not make it into the land, because you're going to get dealt with in the wilderness, but you're going to leave, so that's not really an argument to be had, right? And so I started thinking, we've been the talk of reparations has been happening since since we hit our 400 years, right? It exploded, right? Come 2020, I mean, reparations now, we want reparations. And then now the states are talking about it. They're trying to put together, reparation task force and, whatever the case, what I mean, councils, and you know what I mean? And so, because we're at the time where the Most High says what? He's going to judge, which he's been doing, and then we're going to come out with great substance. But my question is this: would the United States ever pay us reparations, right? And the reason why I say that is because there's certain things in the scriptures that are pointed out to me, right? And one of those things is how the Most High talks about, like for instance, the ships of Tarshish, right, are going to wait for us first, to take us out, right? Well, this is not Tarshish, right? Okay, so for instance, in connection with that, how in how do you say it? Tunisia, I believe it was. The African countries sent planes to get their people, right, from Tunisia because they were being persecuted, right? The president is racist, and he didn't want them there. And then once he expressed his feelings about it, the president of Tunisia, then all of a sudden the citizens backed him up and was like, yeah, we feel that way too. And then they started persecuting, our brothers and sisters. So African countries sent planes to pick them up. Who are those that fly who are these that fly as doves to the windows, right? And so the point is that it seems like other nations are the ones that help us. Kings, and queens shall come to the brightness of our rising. Or I'm sorry, not the brightness of our rising, but excuse me for 1 second. I got it pulled up here. It talks about kings and queens being our nursing fathers and mothers, right? So leaders, leaders of different nations and stuff like that. And so what I'm saying is that this place is bolted into defiance, right? This place is very defiant, and they will fight tooth and nail to remain that way until we leave. The Most High says that any nation that will not serve us will be destroyed, right? Well, this place is going to be destroyed. It's going to be destroyed for what it has done to us. But had they turned and begin to do right unto us and to repair repair what they've done, then the Most High would have healed this place, right? And so, for the nation that will not serve us will be what will be destroyed. I'm going to pull this up really quickly, right? And so I'm going to try to make this as plain as I can, because y'all know that I'm like that. I'm like that. I like to try to present my point very clearly. But if you just look at certain things in Isaiah 60, right? Okay, so excuse me while I come down here. Okay, so it talks about in Isaiah 60, verse 5, then thou shalt see and flow together, thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee, right? Okay, and then he talks about what the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they from Sheba shall come. Wait, hold on. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall shew forth the praises of Yahuah, right? Okay. And so all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered unto thee, the rams of, okay, so we're clearly, we're not in this land when these things are happening, right? All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered unto the rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory, okay? Who are these that fly as a cloud and as doves to their windows, right? And we saw, like I said, Tunisia, right? The African country sends planes to gather them. And I believe they're going to send planes to come get us, right? Okay. Surely the owl shall wait for me, the ships of Tarshish, right? From a different nation. First to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them unto the name of Yahuah, thy Elohim and the Holy One of Yasharal, because he hath glorified thee, right? And it talks about the sons of strangers shall build up our walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. These are different nations. And like I said, if you see this differently, let me know, because I am open. I am not, want to say, believe me the way I say it. And, no, we're looking at this together. But the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee, right? And then I'm going to continue to go on to verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Well, we know that this is one of the nations that will be utterly wasted, right? And so I just wanted to say that from what it looks like, it's other nations. I don't believe it's going to be this nation. I know the scriptures talk about how the Gentiles are going to be sold into our hands, right? And I believe that they are going to sell themselves when everything hits the fan and it all falls down, right? I believe that they're going to say, you know what, I got this, whatever, take me. I got this, take me, because I do truly feel like we're going to have to vouch for them in order to leave with us, as Zechariah 8:23 says, that they attach themselves, 10 take hold of one that is an Israelite, and say, I hear that Yahuwah is with you, I will come with you. I truly believe that we're going to have to vouch for them in order for them to come over with us, right? And so them being sold into our hands, well, what is the currency of which, what is the exchange, right, of currency? You understand what I'm saying? At this rate, what's happening with the banks, I'm like, I'm not sure if it's going to be money. It might be service, right? They might sell their service, right? And so it just, like I said, there are Gentiles that are going to attach to us. But as far as this nation and the power, the power that should not be, that runs this nation, I don't see them. If they're going to chase us on the way out, if they're going to pursue us on the way out, I don't see this nation being like, you know what, let us put them on planes and boats and let us give them money, like an executive order. You understand what I'm saying? They're not serving us, and they're one of the nations that will be destroyed. This place is absolute. We know for a fact, if we don't know anything about any other nation, we know for a fact that this nation ain't going to make it. You understand what I'm saying? And so And I'm going to read this really quickly. A biblical phrase, ships of Tarshish, refers not to ships from a particular location, but to a class of ships. And you know what? And I've never heard that, and that could absolutely, totally be true. And I will look into that. I know that Tarshish is mentioned in the scriptures, in another situation. You know what I mean? And so, and it was a particular place, but I will definitely look into that and see what I could see from that. And so. And yes, it is amazing to have a home country that cares about you. And so many of us are saying that, man, that seems prophetic as far as them sending planes over there to get their people. And so if they're sending planes over there to get them, why wouldn't they send planes to get us? You understand what I'm saying? Do we think that America Airlines and Delta and so on and so forth, some executive order is going to be signed and they're going to put us all on these commercial planes that fly us back? The way it's looking, how Babylon is doubling down on their sin and on their disgust for us, and Jim Crow laws, coming back into effect and all kinds of stuff. It's like they're not going to pass an executive. We can't even get a law passed to stop us from getting shot down in the street, right? And stop us from getting persecuted. Everyone else can. We can't even get a law passed for that, an executive order passed for that. You know what I'm saying? Put into effect for that. They're, to me, from what I see, yes, I believe that was a precursor. They are not going to sign an executive order to stop travel so they could put us on commercial airlines. I believe that it's going to be the nations. Remember, it says Sheba was going to bring us gold, right? And so our great substance, I believe, is going to come from the other nations, right? The nation that will not serve you, you know what I mean, will be judged, right? And so there are going to be nations that serve us, that bring us things, that minister unto us. We will suck the milk of the Gentiles, right? And so there are going to be nations that do that for us. I just, from what I see, and I don't think it's going to be this nation. I don't think we'll ever get an executive order for reparations from this nation, but other nations will give us things. And the Most High will, supply us with all we need, and what do you say? Do better to us than our fathers, right? And so that's shalom, brother Karis. Shalom. And so that is pretty much what I wanted to touch on. It seems as if, according to the scriptures, that these nations are going to be the ones that, whoever they are, they're going to minister unto us, right? Not this nation that wants to bring back Jim Crow laws and wants to fight you tooth and nail and tell you that. I saw Brother Asaph posted a screenshot of someone that commented on something that he must have said or something like that, and said that the Bible was written by people with blonde hair or blue eyes and intelligence or something like. I was like, yo, these the delusion is real, right? And so I just wanted to see if there are any other points that I wanted to touch on before I go. The fact that Russia canceled the debt to that Africa owed Russia, right? 20 billion. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that Russia will be one of the nations that serve us. They may be one of the nations that gives us substance, great substance. I know the scripture said we're coming out with great substance, but the attitude that this place has, I do not believe is going to be from this place. Because if they were going to serve us, according to the scriptures, whoever doesn't serve us, they're going to get eliminated. And this place, not only has it persecuted our people, raped, murdered, and slaughtered our people, but they have not, and they will not serve us even on the way out. So I just wanted to say that, make a quick point on how I see things going. I believe that we will be helped from other nations and not this nation. I believe this place will go down in its grave against us. You understand? There will be some that come out, Gentiles that come out with us, but I believe that they will go down. This place will go down fight. Because if you think about it, this is where Satan's seat is. And when I say Satan's seat sits in the United States, well, this place makes up 4.2%. 4.4% of the world population, right? But it runs everything. right? Or at least it has. Now it's dwindling, right? It runs everything. It when they pass laws, when they lit that White House up in them rainbow colors, right? Next thing you know, this country is legalizing. You know what this country is legalizing. You know what this country is legalizing. Whatever the United States do, the other countries follow. That's because this is the heart Hollywood. All of that. This is the heart of wickedness, right? This is the whore, right? That rides the beast, right? And so the Most High is going to eliminate that whore. You understand what I'm saying? And so shalom, Caleb. And so we're at that point right now where the Most High is getting ready to deal with. Well, he is already dealing with Babylon. It's a steady and a fast rise. You know what I mean, as far as judgment. And so, like I was saying earlier, my question is, what's the next level? What's the next step? What's the next step after poisoning the air and the water? What's the next step? It's going to be something. And from that, like I always say, I do believe that's going to be our the time of our birth and then our exit out of here. That I believe that other nations are going to assist us in. So I just wanted to say, thank you for coming on and just sitting and listening to what I have to say. And I wanted to also tell you guys that we are going to, yes, Ninja Firewolf, I have to touch on that. Nations are dropping the dollar fast, right? And that's another part of judgment. You know what I mean? They're turning away from the dollar, right? Was it Operation? I saw something about Operation Sandman, where these nations, 100 and maybe 40 some nations got together and they decided that they were going to ditch the dollar, right? And so this place, the Most High is just, I mean, it's like taking I don't know, like a piece of fruit or something that you can stand upright and just chopping it off piece by piece with a real sharp like knife or machete, just chopping it down. And so that's what the Most High is doing right now, right? At least that's how I see it. Shalom, Mark. And so that's pretty much what I wanted to express. I wanted to let you guys know that tonight we're going to be doing something a little special. We are going to do Freestyle Friday tomorrow evening. But tonight we are going to be doing something that we're calling mic check. And mic check is something we're going to be doing once a month, where, as a lot of you know, DJ he makes music. Most of the time is instrumentals, right? Beats, and so and then also DJ and I flow. And so through the help of Essential Growth, she has been putting artwork together for some of our tracks, actually a lot of our tracks. And she put a video together for us. We are going to be premiering that. And it's just, beats, instrumentals, some songs with DJ and I, flowing on them. And we're going to release that because that's something that we love to do as well. So we're going to share that with you guys later on tonight at about 9:00. And so I hope you guys understood what I was, trying to say. We have to think about these things as we see things escalating at the rate that they're escalating. How is this really going to play out? How things are really going to happen? And from what we can see from this nation, there is no turning back. There is no repentance, right? And what we see from the scriptures is that Gentiles or the kings and queens, right? That means leaders, right? Of other nations, right? Kings and queens are going to be our nursing mothers and nursing fathers. That nations are going to be bringing things to us, and so I believe that it's going to be that the Most High is going to cause other nations to help us, right? And I believe that our own people in Africa, as we've seen from Tunisia, that they are going to provide the planes, right? That the ships of Tarshish, whether it, the brother, I believe it's a brother, said that it means a large vessel, but Tarshish is a physical location, right? Also, there, from the outside, we're going to get help from the outside. It's not going to be this nation that writes us a check and says, here you go. They don't want to, and they never will. And that's okay, because we will come out with great substance, but that doesn't mean that it's coming from this nation, right? And so I just want to say, shalom to everybody. And no, I absolutely, read Isaiah 60. Matter of fact, read Isaiah 60 through 66. Read all of Isaiah. The Most High is most definitely using nations. I just read that. Most definitely using nations to minister unto us, right? To serve us, right? To bring things to us, right? And so I don't need to reread the scriptures. I read the scriptures. Appreciate, your 2 cents, but no. Okay. And so just had to put that out there. And Miss Cookie's Creations, I appreciate you. So yeah, they can keep that fiat currency, and they most likely will, right? They most likely will. So and I just want to, read Isaiah 60, please, Michael Smith. Go back and read Isaiah 60, okay? I'm not talking about spaceships. I'm talking about ships. That's what the Most High said. So are you going to walk to the wilderness? You're going to get up and walk. You're going to walk to Africa? No, you're not. Okay. So I just want to say I appreciate everybody for coming out. Sorry about that, y'all. Got a little fire. You know what I mean? It comes up here or there. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Oh, well, here you go, Ninja Fire Wolf. Well, I got to figure out how to do that, Ninja Fire Wolf, from here. I did it before. Okay. I'll figure it out, Ninja Fire Wolf. Everybody else does. But and for Yavo, I can send you my email. I can give you my email, and then we can go from there. So yeah, I'm gonna read through the comments really quickly. Yes, you can, if I can figure out how to do it. Hold on. I've done it before. Oh, you know what? I think I might have to be on here. Let me do this. So like I said, I hope everybody's having a good day. And, like I always say, if you disagree with me as far as how you see things playing out, that's cool. We throw ideas around, we bounce around, but the point is that we take the scriptures for what they say, right? As far as, I'm sorry, I'm getting ready to give a couple of people some wrenches, but we take the scriptures for what they say, right? And then we look at what is currently happening around us, right? And we put 2 and 2 together, right? 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I mean? And so there we go. Hope you guys understood me. And if anybody has anything else they would like to add, I will be in the chat for a few minutes, and I will, we'll read. Okay. All right. See you tonight, Caleb. Appreciate you. I appreciate you, Music Man. You are a music guy, Music Man. I can see that. Ships could include military transport planes made for large number of troops. That is true. I actually had a dream. I had a dream. I don't know. It had to have been a couple of months ago that I was in it was so crazy. I was in a waiting area, right? But like I was getting ready to join the military, right? And but they're so crazy. It was like a gift shop in there too. I don't know, but I'm in a waiting area and I'm getting ready to get on a plane, right? To go off to like basic training. And I'm like, man, I don't know about this. I don't know about this, you know. And so I only remember bits and pieces, but I remember talking to a lieutenant or someone and saying like, I can't go. I can't go. I can't do it. You know what I mean? And so I didn't end up getting on that military plane to go start basic training. So that's interesting. That's, you know, I'm not saying that's relevant, but, and so, yeah, that is possible. That's definitely possible. And so, you know what? All praises to the Most High that I have trolls, because guess what? I never expected that to happen. I always told y'all that. You know what I mean? So, she'll drop us off in the wilderness. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I smile a lot, but I do have some fire. Yes. Okay. Be quiet, Brandy. You see how I shut myself up? Oh man. Okay, I'm looking at this. I think Ghana's being set up as a drop zone for the Rainbow Brews, and then they'll be dealt with later. Okay, that is possible. There are things transpiring around that subject over there. I know the scripture said that we will be brought back to where we were taken from, right? Okay, so the wilderness, it doesn't necessarily mean you're out in the middle of a desert. Okay, we're going to be brought back to where we were taken from, and then after dealing with the rebels in the wilderness amongst the people, right? You're not going to be in a. We're going to be amongst other nations, and that could. Okay, there are Hamites, right? That dwell, you know, where we were taken from, right? And so, in the wilderness amongst the people, right? We go back to where we were taken from, and then we go into our land after the rebels are purged. And so a ship would absolutely have to take you back. You're getting on water. You know what I mean? You're getting on a plane. You're not walking. Okay. Some will walk according to Isaiah 11, but I believe that those are the brothers and sisters that are already on the continent, and wherever they are, they're going to walk from. You understand what I'm saying? To our location. You understand what I'm saying? Not from the US. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to look. I made chamomile. I didn't drink it. I gotta calm down. So, anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, brothers and sisters. I hope you understood what I was saying. Like I said, tonight we will be premiering the first mic check once a month. It's just a compilation of instrumentals, some music, you know, that's flowed on with amazing artwork from Essential Growth. And, you know, I hope that you guys join us this evening. And then also tomorrow, we'll be doing an interview. Teo Ministries will be interviewing us, which is going to be awesome. I'm really excited. I'll be honest. I did do a little dance, you know, when I when I found out, you know, that we were going to be interviewed, when he asked, and I was like, yay, you know. So shout out to Brother Yahuah, Minister Yahuah, and Minister Teo and Teo Ministries, because, you know, they've been putting it down for years now. So shout out to them. Yeah, so we'll see you tonight, and then hopefully see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So love y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Be encouraged, y'all, because as that window closes, we should get excited. We should be dancing, because we're coming out. You know what I mean? We're going to come out before it closes in, because we're not going to be closed into this captivity, because that's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? It's not for us. So just be encouraged. Love y'all. And I appreciate y'all. And I will see you later. Okay? Take care.